All right, we're going to talk about offensive zone theory tonight. Okay. This is a presentation that I've done before. I do it a lot of the time before I do evaluations, right? I just want players to get noticed when they're on the ice, and one of the things that we do is just talk about a universal offensive zone system, and one of the ways that we can do better in evaluations is just to make sure that we have a system in place. And I'm going to talk about the 2-1-2 offensive zone theory. Okay. All right. So Logan, Sammy, you guys are going to have to pay attention. Okay, guys. All right. All right. So tonight we're going to talk about the fundamentals of a 2-1-2 forecheck. We're going to talk about how to shift on a 2-1-2 forecheck. And then, I have this final point of how to use your knowledge of offensive zone theory to show your abilities and evaluations. Here, we're not talking about evaluations. We're talking about being effective in a game situation, right? So, what I want to make sure is that you guys are cognizant of what you need to do when you're on the ice to be effective. Okay, so a 2-1-2 forecheck is used to create balance in the offensive zone. Okay, so players are pursuing the puck with the purpose of retrieving it, but a team also has players positioned defensively to prevent against the other team from exiting their zone easily should they get the puck. Okay. It consists of two players down low or on the puck, meaning they are working together to retrieve it. One player is going to be high in the slot, and two players are positioned near the blue line. For our team and what we're going to do moving forward, that's going to be the defense. Okay. So I've got a diagram for you here on the side. This is what it looks like in the offensive zone. We got two players down low. Here we got F1 and F2 down low. One thing I want to mention is there's no center, right wing, or left wing when we're in the offensive zone. There's only F1, F2, and F3. Okay. In this image, we have F1 and F2 down low. They're on the puck. They're trying to retrieve that puck. We have one player in the slot, which is F3, and we have two players positioned near the blue line. We have the left defenseman and the right defenseman, and that makes a 2-1-2. Okay. So let's talk about how we shift on a 2-1-2. We know that the puck is not stationary. It's going to move in a game situation, and the offensive zone players going to need to move as well so that they can make sure that we keep pressure on the puck while also making sure that it's not easy for the opposition to break out of their own zone. Okay. If the puck moves laterally, the two forwards that are closest or who can reach the puck quickest will pursue that puck, and the other forward will transition to become the F3 or the high guy. What does that look like? Okay. So um, let's go through it. Okay. In this case, F2 and F3. So initially, let's say that we had F1 and F2 in this corner and F3 was in the slot. Okay. Next case, puck goes in the corner. You can see F1, it's purple F1, shifts to the slot. F2 and F3 are going to pursue that puck. Okay. F1 was furthest from the puck, so he or she is going to transition into the slots, become the high guy. The right defenseman is going to shift over to the wall to make sure that that puck doesn't slip out in the event that it comes up the boards. And then the left defenseman is going to transition into the middle of the ice to be a viable option for a pass should we gain control or to be in the best position to defend should the other team break out of their own zone. Okay. So what does it look like in motion? Okay. So now I have our F1, our purple F1, our green F2, our orange F3. Those are our three forwards. We've got a 2-1-2 with our left defenseman and our right defenseman. But then we also have the opposition on the team as well. Okay. So last night we talked about defensive zone theory. A lot of the time, we're going to have 10 players when we're playing 5v5. We're going to have 10 players on one side of the ice. And so we have the opposition defenseman that's in the corner battling F1 and F2. All right, let's say that we have Sammy playing forward and we have, Isaiah playing forward. So maybe Sammy is the purple F1 and Isaiah is the green F2. They're battling against the opposition defenseman trying to gain possession of that puck. All right. The other team's centerman's probably going to be positioned somewhere right around here, like we would be. And then their other defenseman's going to be in front of the net. We have the opposition left winger in the high slot, and then we have the opposition right winger along the boards in this situation. Now, if that puck, let's say that their team transitions that puck behind the net. Let's look at how we rotate. Okay. So we have F1 right here. We said that's Sammy. Sammy's furthest away from the puck. All right. And then we said that we have Isaiah, the green F2 right here. All right. So in the event that their player is able to transition that puck behind the net, we need to rotate as well. Okay, so this F3 right here, let's say that this F3 right here is Karis. All right, so Karis is going to recognize that that player is going behind the net. Karis is not going to back off. She's immediately going to angle that player. All right, I want the player to leave. I want the puck to leave that player's stick, or else I want to get stick on puck. All right, I want to make them make a mistake. So in this situation, Karis is going to recognize that that player is coming behind the net. Karis is going to immediately attack. Okay. So F1 in this situation is furthest away from the puck. So he or she is going to transition into the slot to become the high guy. The right defenseman, this guy right here, we're going to see that player transition to the wall. And then our left defenseman right here is going to transition into the middle of the ice. Here's what it looks like. Okay. Boom. Do you guys see how that rotation happened? Give me a thumbs up if you can see how that transition happened. Good. Excellent. Okay. So what we're doing here is we're angling and we're maintaining constant pressure on the puck carrier. All right. We're maintaining constant pressure on that puck carrier. Okay. All right. Now, how to use our knowledge of offensive zone theory to show yourself in evaluations. We're not worried about that, but what we're really looking to do is we're going to look to be very effective on the ice. Okay. So, I had the comment here that a lot of the time the evaluators watch the puck, and if they're watching the puck, F3 isn't getting noticed. That's not a big deal here, but more than anything, what's a really big deal is that we need to be aggressive. Okay. I want our team to be aggressive. That doesn't necessarily mean taking penalties, but it means putting relentless pressure on their team. Okay. I want you to angle. I want to attack. There's a term called getting into the guts of the play. In this situation, the guts of the play is not the middle of the ice. I don't want you guys just to stand in the middle of the ice. I want you guys to get along the boards. I want you guys to battle. I want you guys to compete all over the ice, okay? When other teams play us, we want to make their life miserable. We're constantly putting pressure on them. They will look at their schedule. They will see us on the schedule. They won't want to show up to the arena because we're just a pain in the butt to play against, okay? That's going to be our team. All right. Okay, so again, just relentless pressure on that puck carrier. Okay. Um, in this case, all right, if you're the right defenseman, you can shine by showing your ability to pinch. All right. And then our team is going to be okay to pinch. All right. If we see the opportunity to pinch in, we're going to do that. It's going to burn us a little bit early on in the season, but that's okay. All right. Because we're going to learn how to cover for our teammates. We're going to learn to have support for our teammates. And then we're not going to give up a lot of opportunities once we get the hang of it. Okay. So in this situation, puck carrier puts puck along the boards. If you guys are playing defense and you see the opposition rim that puck around the boards, more often than not, if you're in position, you can pinch. Okay. Now, if you're the high guy, all right. So let's go back again here. All right. So we're gonna watch, and then I'm gonna ask somebody to take themselves off mute, and they're gonna tell me who the high guy is. Okay. So that puck is gonna come. We're gonna rim that puck. Boom. Right now. Logan, take yourself off mute and you tell me who the high guy is on our team right now.
F1.
The purple F1. Logan is 100% correct. Okay. So the purple guy is the F1. Now, Logan, let's say that you were the right defenseman right here. Okay. And you've played for me before. And I've told you if that puck gets rimmed around the board like this, you can pinch. Now, Logan, if you pinched in this situation, who would you expect to cover for you in this situation?
Lefty.
Well, I want that lefty to stay right there, okay? I want that lefty. The lefty is already
F1.
there, but I need an additional level of
F1.
support. Adam, do you have any ideas on who could support this right defenseman who's pinching in?
F1.
F1, exactly. So in this situation, puck comes around. All right. We said that Karis is our orange F3. She's immediately putting pressure on that defenseman. That defenseman says, oh boy, Karis is coming in real fast. She looks like she's going to get the puck off of me. That defenseman panics. They shoot that puck around the boards. Okay. We said that Logan was our right defenseman. He's going to pinch in. As soon as our high guy sees our defenseman pinch in, like so, I want our high guy to support behind the right defenseman. So in the event that that puck comes off the boards, we have another player in place to look after our right defenseman in this situation to make sure that that puck's not going to exit the zone, to make sure that if it does get past them, that the opposition left winger and their right winger aren't coming in on a 2-on-1 because we don't have support. Okay, support is going to be a big piece of the conversation when we're playing moving forward. Okay, guys. All right. So that's just the general offensive zone theory. We're going to have a number of quizzes coming up, but before we do that, do I have any questions from you guys? Adam's good. Yeah. Do I have anybody else? Any questions? All right, well, we're going to get into quiz time here, okay? All right. Question number one, okay? What if the opposition left winger was higher in his or her zone and the puck was rimmed, okay? What does that look like? Okay, so again, this is a very similar situation before, but in this situation, this opposition left winger, it's not lower down in the zone. What should the right defenseman do in the event that that puck was rimmed? Okay, should they back off or should they hold the line? Adam's hand is up. Do I have anybody else want to put their hand up to answer, or um, should we go with Adam here? We'll go with Adam here, okay? Adam, go ahead. What should this right defenseman do in the event that the winger is high in their zone? Should they back off or should they look to hold the line?
They should probably try and get in front of the wing
Well, if they get so you're saying that those right defensemen should get in front of that guy?
and intercept the puck.
Okay, but what would happen if the puck hopped over their stick?
Well, then the lefty could hinge and like support.
Okay, well you're half right, okay? So I want the right defenseman to make sure that they're staying. If you think that you can have 100% chance of getting that puck, I don't mind that idea. But a lot of the time it's going to be almost 50-50 as to who's going to get to that puck first. And in this situation, I would prefer the defenseman stay a little bit on the defensive side. Okay. Meaning that I would prefer the right defenseman stay between the opposition left winger and our net. Okay. But you're 100% right in what the left defenseman should do. So I love the term that Adam just used. Adam used the term hinge. And on our team, we're going to use the term hinge a lot. Okay. So what I think we should do in this situation is I think that the right defenseman should put immediate pressure on that winger so they have to battle to get the puck. And I want to make sure that I want to make sure that we win that battle. And I want to make sure that that puck stays in the opposition zone. But then I also want the high guy right here to say, I don't know. Like, I know that in a game situation, all right, let's say that Adam's playing right defense. Okay. And so if our purple left one right here, let's say that's Paisley. Okay. Let's say that Paisley is no, we said that the purple F1 was going to be Sammy. All right. So Sammy is our purple F1. And I want Sammy in this situation to say, okay, I know that Adam's a really good player. I know that Adam's going to win a lot of battles, but I want to make sure that I'm supporting Adam. He's in a 50-50 puck battle right here. If he's in a 50-50 puck battle, a 50-50 puck battle means half the time Adam's going to win, half the time maybe that puck's going to get on the other side of Adam. Okay. So Adam's a good player. He's good with a stick, but I know that in a game situation, maybe that player's just going to chip it off the wall. He needs support. So I want the high guy to kind of cheat back and get right in around here or along the boards, depending on the situation, to be secondary support. Okay. So that's what this is going to look like. All right. Puck comes around. I want Adam to stay on that defenseman right there. I don't want him to back off. I want him to battle right there because I want Adam to know he's got support coming for him. Okay. So puck's going to come. Harris puts on the forecheck. Puck gets rimmed. Adam says, I'm not going anywhere. We have Isaiah come back. And just like what Adam said, we're going to have that left defenseman is going to hinge. They're going to start leaning a little bit more this way, coming towards our net. And just in case that puck gets out, this left defenseman is going to be available to pick up that puck. In the event that that left winger is going to be able to get past both of these guys, this left defenseman's already leaning a little bit. I don't want you guys to go to red line. I just want you guys to kind of come down a little bit more outside of the blue line, just kind of a little bit of momentum going this way, just in case that puck pops out. Okay. Now, what should the defenseman or the high guy supporting do with the puck if he or she gets the possession of the puck right on the blue line? Okay. Do I have any ideas from you guys? Bennett, should I pick on you? Should I pick on you? I know you're a goalie, but should I pick on you? All right.
Uh, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick on you. All right, because you see a lot of the play. All right. So let's say let's illustrate this for you, okay? So in this situation, the puck's gonna come on the side of the net. Defenseman's gonna have the puck on their stick, okay? Harris is gonna put the puck pressure on that puck here. Puck comes around like so, and there's a battle right near our blue line, okay? We have Isaiah come down, that puck skips by, and the puck is almost like the distance between your face and the computer screen away from getting on the other side of the defenseman. What would you prefer your forward do if the puck was on their stick right now? What would you tell them to do?
Maybe like dump the puck.
I 100% agree. All right. I don't want to play around with that puck right now. Put that puck off the glass or off the boards, put it deep, right? So, if you're a guy like Bennett, Bennett's saying, you're not going to be able to score on me if you're 200 feet away from my net. Okay. You're not going to be able to score on me if you're 200 feet away from my net. I don't want you guys battling for the puck on the opposition blue line. Put that puck in deep. Let's let our forwards go to work. Okay. Let's let our forwards go to work. So, I mean, Karis is going to be down low. She's going to be grinding. She's going to be working on those guys. Karis is a strong player. She's going to be able to win those battles down low. I would prefer you guys fighting for pucks down below the opposition ring or goal line as opposed to right on our blue line. Okay. So Bennett gets full marks for getting that one right. Okay. All right. Put that puck in deep. Let our forwards go to work. All right. Now, who am I going to pick on? I'm gonna pick on Felix this time, I think. Okay. So, what should the defenseman or the high guy supporting do if the puck pops outside the blue line? Okay. So, in the previous situation, we had that puck come down. Puck went around the boards. Maybe it bounced over some sticks. Got possession of that puck right here on the blue line. All right. And we put it back in. This time, Felix, the puck is going to hop on the other side of the blue line. Felix, what would you take yourself off mute, Felix, and you tell me what we should do in this situation? I don't know if Felix is here. He's not taking himself off mute. Okay. Isla, I'm going to pick on you. What would you do if you're playing? What would you do if you were the purple F1 in this situation and that puck hopped on the other side of the blue line? Would you turn around and fire that puck back in, or would you look to do something different?
Um, um, I would turn around, get the puck, and then probably pass it to somebody else.
Maybe this guy? Maybe the left defenseman?
Yeah.
Yeah, I 100% agree with Isla. I think Isla's 100% right in this situation. Okay. So the reason why I think Isla would want to pass it to a teammate as opposed to just dumping it in, Deacon, why do you think Isla wouldn't want to just dump that puck in? What would happen if she just dumped that puck in?
It would probably just happen again.
Well, it might not happen again because if that puck comes on this side of the blue line and we put that puck in deep, is the green F2 and the orange F3 allowed to touch that puck if we put it in deep?
Yeah.
No. I see
No.
Logan shaking his head vigorously. Why, Logan?
Because it'd be offside and the ref would call
Offside,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, because it would be offside. Okay. So if that puck came on this side of the blue line and we fired it back in, we can't touch it because we would be offside. So we need to make sure that we clear in that situation. Now, Isla said I would look to pass it to the left defenseman, and I agree with Isla. And the reason why I agree with Isla, because if that F1 picks up that puck and our left defenseman, all right, let's say that our left defenseman in this situation is going to be Ollie, all right? So that left defenseman is going to be Ollie. Ollie, in this situation, take yourself off mute, buddy. All right. So Ollie, if you're right here and you saw that puck here, would you stay right here on the blue line if you thought that you had to be an option for a pass for F1, or would you look to move a little bit? And if so, where would you move?
Um, I would probably move to like the edge of the circle.
Yeah, I 100% agree with Ollie. Okay. So in this situation, Ollie knows that the opposition is going to be exiting their zone and look to put pressure on. So Ollie's going to say, I want to give myself a little bit more space. All right. Now we said that Isaiah was going to be the purple F1. And if Isaiah looks up and we don't want Isaiah to dump that puck in. So Isaiah will look to move that puck. In this situation, Ollie said that he would look to move back a little bit to create more space from where the pressure is going to be coming from. And it looks like that. Okay. So Isaiah looks up, says, okay, I'm going to skate away from the blue line a little bit, pass it to my defensive partner. Now, if you knew that we had Sammy and Karis, Ollie. Ollie, if you knew that we had Sammy and Karis trapped down low, would you take that puck and fire it back in, or would you look to take some more space and give them time to clear the zone?
Look for more space and give time for them to
That's
leave.
right. So if we thought that, okay, so the strong side is the side that the puck is on. And in this situation, we could go from the strong side where the puck is right here, pass it over to Ollie. Ollie says, I'm going to take some space and I'm going to come over here, allow my teammates to exit the zone, and now we can come back in. If we can come back into that zone while having the puck on our stick, I am really happy. If we take that time and space and we're clearing and then they put pressure on us, I would rather put that puck in deep, clear, and immediately reestablish our forecheck than to fight for that puck in the neutral zone. Okay. Does that make sense, everybody? Give me a thumbs up if that makes sense. Okay. All right. So this one was a little bit quicker. This one was a little bit quicker tonight. We're going to cover a lot of this stuff moving forward. We're going to write it out before games. We're going to talk about all season. I just wanted to take the opportunity for about 25 minutes, just to give you guys the foundation of what I'm looking to do on the forecheck, aka offensive zone theory, and how we're going to run a 2-1-2. It's a fairly universal system that is used in hockey, especially in U11. I think you guys will gravitate to it really quick. The tricky part historically when I've been coaching U11 is just having the high guy immediately look to angle and check the opposition, and then having the player that's furthest away from the puck immediately sprint to become the high guy. And then the other tricky thing is just making sure that we don't all stay low, that the high guy comes back for support, just another level of support for our teammates, because I would rather try to maintain the puck in the offensive zone and hold that blue line, but also have somebody come through for support, because I know that in a game situation, sometimes the puck is going to hop over sticks. Sometimes they'll get possession of the puck and they'll bank it off the boards. And that's when we need to have more support for our teammates to make sure that the other team doesn't get odd man rushes going our way. Okay, guys? You guys did fantastic. We're on the ice tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it. You guys have a fantastic night. Go cheer on the Oilers. They're playing the Islanders right now, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Sound good, guys?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Have a good night, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
See you guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
See you guys.
Bye-bye.
Have a good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. Bye.